Now that the Chevrolet Bolt is gone, could this Hyundai be its replacement in the marketplace? It's the second generation Kona Electric, and it's got some cool attributes, including the paint.
If neoteric yellow is too much, there are 6 other paints with less pop. All Konas, gas and electric, are larger than the first gen, some 5.5 inches longer, making it more usable for more people. Roomier inside, too. The outgoing model was a little snug. Spotter's guide, the EV Kona doesn't really have a grille, and like Ioniq models, there are pixels everywhere, plus 4 dots on the wheel, the letter H in Morse code. This vehicle is offered in many states, but not all. Check with your dealer. It's not eligible for Uncle Sam's tax credit either.
If you live in a state where Kona Electric is available, pricing starts at $34,000 for a base SE model. But here is my best advice. Move up to the SEL model for $4,000 more. You get 261 miles of range versus 200 for the SE, and the SEL has more power, 201 horsepower versus 133. It's worth it.
My very brief test drive is in a top trim limited model that retails for around $42,400. It's stuffed with features and ADAS tech found only on luxury vehicles a few years back.
Kona Electric is not built on the eGMP platform like Ioniq 5, so when you're on road trips, this is not going to juice up as quickly. It'll charge from 10 to 80% in about 43 minutes. That's about twice as long as Ioniq 5.
Max DC fast charge rate is 100 kilowatts on the pokey side. Charge at home with level 2, and that's not an issue. It juices from 10 to 100% in 6 hours. Hopefully you get more sleep than that. Front-wheel drive only, the transmission is a single speed. Drive modes adjust throttle response, and steering effort, the dampers are fixed. Kona's flexible architecture means it's not as space efficient as a dedicated EV platform. This is quite large, and the front storage is only big enough for the charge cord and a vehicle-to-load adapter. Recuperation drag is adjustable for one-pedal driving. There's pack preconditioning and route planning for those planning to road trip.
Performance-wise, this is not an Ioniq 5N, and it's not meant to be one. Kona Electric is an affordable EV. 0 to 60 time, just under 7 seconds. And keep in mind, this one has the more powerful motor. There's not deep, rich torque off the line. Acceleration is kind of relaxed, though I will say, at speed, punch it, and this thing moves. You can kind of get the tires to skitter a little bit.
There's confidence for passing on 2-lane highways. It's all the power that most folks need, especially those motoring about in the city.
The best way to describe the driving dynamics and ride quality is relaxed. This is comfortable, and certainly nothing wrong with that. A lot of people want a vehicle like this. It's not really for enthusiasts, though it is kind of fun to chuck into corners.
The heavy pack in the floor keeps the center of gravity low, always good. It's fairly hushed too. Acoustical material in the tires, floor, and special suspension bushings makes Kona noticeably quieter. Again, the big battery is rated at 261 miles of range.
I only have this car for about 45 minutes. Certainly not enough time to really check out real-world range, but look, even if you drive very hard or live in a cold climate and only get 200 miles, for many people, that's plenty of range, especially if you charge at home.
That's what makes EVs appealing, never needing to hit up a gas station, and much less maintenance since there's no engine or transmission. Plus, they're very refined. The cockpit is pleasant enough, and there are some unique materials. It isn't just gray plastic in here. This pop of chartreuse is only found on the Limited's exclusive sage green interior colorway. Being the Limited, it gets heated and vented seats, though only the driver's gets power adjustment. The steering wheel is heated. There are honest-to-goodness knobs and hard buttons to interact with. Storage is clever and flexible too. Slide the cup holders out of the way if not needed. Digital Key 2 means you only need your phone to drive the Kona Electric. Hyundai does a good job when it comes to interfaces. It should be very easy for new owners to master quickly. Over-the-air updates are a thing. Hyundai has finally made Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wireless even with the built-in Navi system. Many automakers charge a subscription fee for data services once the trial period expires. Hyundai's BlueLink Plus is free for the original owner for the life of the car. In back, there's more space for taller passengers. At 5'9" and a Levi's inseam of 32 inches, I have about 3 inches of headroom. The floor is completely flat. Front seat backs are 30% thinner now for more knee and leg room. It's quite good. Storage? Not a problem. Adjustable vents and power ports too. Keep it to 2 adults back here and there should be no complaints. 3 might be cozy.
Regardless of the trim level, the Kona Electric is a useful hatchback, and we can all use some practicality in our lives, right?
No TP trunk tests since I'm at an event. Here's a couple of my bags for scale. Generation 2's cargo space is up nearly 6 cubic feet to 25.5. That's significant. I like that both ICE and EV Konas have this security cover trick, so it doesn't have to be left in the garage. Also, the load floor is adjustable for height if you want to store things underneath. Very clever, Hyundai. There are all the accoutrements that you'll need back here, and Kona, which is not a huge vehicle, can swallow up a bunch of gear. In max cargo mode, there's nearly 64 cubic feet to fill. Not too shabby. No red light, green light assessment this time. I didn't spend enough time in the Kona Electric to really break it down. The Cliff Notes? On the pro side, there's more style, room, and refinement than before. The cons would be a charge speed that's average at best, and Kona is hardly the quickest EV to roam the roads. If you're shopping for Kia Niro EV, Nissan Leaf, Fiat 500e, or the few Bolt EUVs that are left at Chevy showrooms, this is worth a look.
Kona Electric is a fun little EV. It's got style with a bigger battery pack, it's got decent range, and it's comfortable. Too bad it doesn't qualify for the federal tax credits, but keep your eyes open for incentives. Those are happening, folks.
Get past all the FUD, and there are huge benefits to going with an EV. The Hyundai Kona Electric is a spunky way to skip gas stations and oil changes. For those who don't care about turn signal stocks or Elon's behavior, a single-motor Tesla Model Y can be had for around $40,000 after the $7,500 credit. At least when I posted this video, the company's pricing has been volatile lately. It's important to research all the deals that are happening with EVs. There are excellent offers that pop up, especially when leasing.
Before I go, I wanted to leave you with this. There's a lot of misinformation being spread about electric vehicles for whatever reason. Look, these don't work for everybody, okay? Especially if you can't charge where you sleep. But many people can get a lot of benefits from EVs. Typically, they're much cheaper to fuel and your brake pads will last longer, among many other things. So, look at your lifestyle, look at your situation, and consider an EV, all right? Don't be afraid. They work really well. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on social media, and if you have a question, leave it in the comments, okay? Thanks for watching. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.